Hello, everybody. So I am the Don right here. We also got Pocket Coon.
Yo, it's me.
Yep. Then we have Morando, and then
Yo,
we
what's
got
going on?
the Chalupa King.
Hey, how's it going, fellas?
Yeah. So today we thought it would be a great idea. We came across a video called Feminist Analysis of Halo 2. It's by Going Rampant. Now, this is our first time in watching this, and how this is going to go down is once we hear like a point or something that we'll make, we will pause it and then we'll discuss about it.
The Dawn, she's going rampant because of the patriarchy.
Yeah, the fucking patriarchy, man. Yeah, this video is not very recent, it's from 2011, but I thought there was so much potential here that we had to go over it.
I like how Halo 2 is also for the Xbox 360.
Yeah, I don't get that.
It was an updated version.
Yeah. An updated version that never came out.
Oh, man.
All right, let's start.
Halo 2 is the sequel to Halo Combat Evolved. Halo 2's story shares the Covenant side with a second protagonist, a Covenant figurehead called the Arbiter, who over the course of the game comes to realize that the humans are good and that his leaders are evil. The Covenant...
Well, at least we know that she read the
stop for a
Wikipedia
second.
page.
Hold on, stop for a second. So she said that the humans are good and the Covenant are evil. The Arbiter did not switch sides because he realized that, the Covenant are evil. He switched sides because he realized his entire race has been manipulated through a false lie. And the humans aren't good. He also switched sides because he doesn't want them all to fucking die from a giant mega weapon, basically. He switched sides because he's like, all right, you know what? This ain't working out. I'm out. Like, where did she get this description from?
Wikipedia, probably.
Wikipedia, more like it.
Humans are good, and the Covenant are evil. I guess she kind of just was a little bit reductive when describing it.
Like, if you're gonna talk about Halo, you gotta talk about specifics. It can't just be broad in general.
Gotcha. Yeah, I know it was a little reductive, but I'm fine with it. Mirando, do you have anything to say?
Not yet.
Okay, keep it going.
Society appears patriarchal, and there are no female characters among the aliens. But the human side makes up for that with the addition of Captain Keyes.
Yeah, so it's patriarchal that they don't have female characters on the side of the Covenant, the antagonist. Or anything.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure the females in the Covenant were made primarily for offspring. Like, there are no female combatants in the elites because, I forget the reason, but there's not military, military oriented.
I believe for the Sangheili, women were actually prohibited to actually fight, if I'm not mistaken, because it shows it within Halo Legends when I think it's called the Duel, where it shows, the women and children, staying behind while the men go out to fight. They kind of have, what is it? The old-fashioned traditions that men fight while women stay behind to take care of the young.
Okay. I mean, that just seems like pretty typical. I guess she's technically right there,
The females are not permitted to go to war. The only leaders, Sangheili, that I know of that permits females is to enter the Converals of the Arbiter. So their role is managing the affairs of the estate as well as raising and protecting the children. So basically, while the men are fighting, the wars outside the primary home, the females are keeping the affairs in the state of their basic planet and everything else function, as well as raising new warriors to go fight in the front lines.
Gotcha.
That's
so
the reason why.
Patriarchal. They just kind of have
That's just that's just how the society formed the roles of responsibility, and it makes sense.
So I think a good way to put this is, or at least the point that we're going to try to say about this is that gender roles aren't necessarily sexist in a way. They're just roles and duties, and the Covenant just have
roles and
very
duties,
specific
that's
ones.
more or less how they do it. You don't really see like the Covenant oppressing women.
Yeah, that's not really impressive when all the men have to go out and fight and all that. I know back in the day, the reason why there were women that were against the right to vote, and obviously this was like 100 years ago, was because they didn't want to be subjected to the military draft and all of that. So I think it's just more so of roles and versus sexism. Obviously, we believe women have the right to vote and all of that. Not saying that. That's like one of the reasons. That,
Andre's like, I'm going to object.
Yo, it's Pocket Coom, you know that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yo, and I guarantee this person's probably the kind of person that if there were female elites and you had to kill them, should be like, why are there female elites in this game and you're killing females? That's so sexist and patriarchy.
Well, Andre, we got to watch the whole video. She might have a very nuanced take on it.
My God.
His daughter Miranda,
Anyway.
and finally some female Marines. The story starts with the Covenant holding this elite guy named Fel Votomy in the novels on trial for letting the chief blow up Halo. We're introduced to the Covenant leadership, the Prophet of Mercy, the Prophet of Regret, and the real leader, the Prophet of Truth. There's also Tartarus, leader of the brute species, and minion of the prophets. Fel is declared guilty of heresy and is tortured as a scapegoat. Meanwhile, the chief
so this is a
That's
lot of
actually-
plot synopsis right here.
Now the thing is, that's actually false. What's it called? Tartarus is not the leader of the brute species. He is more or less like
chieftain.
yeah, he's a warlord chieftain. He's more or less like a colonel for like a small detachment, while the actual leader is never actually presented throughout Halo.
I mean, you
Where
can even
there's
make
an
the
exact-
argument that Atriox was the leader, but back then she wouldn't even know that.
Now
Yeah,
the thing is, now Atriox isn't the leader of the Covenant or the brutes that follow the Covenant way of thinking. Atriox is more like a renegade.
I mean, and like, and you know, here's like a quick search so you can look it up. It says Tartarus was last appointed chieftain of the Jelhani and the military chief to serve in the Covenant. He acted as the hierarch's chief enforcer. You know, that doesn't mean ruler of the species. That just means that.
Hierarch means that there would be somebody, ahead of them.
And at the end of the day, the prophets were basically rulers of all the species, if you think about it, because they're the ones that fabricated the religion, and they're the ones leading the entire covenant. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, more or less, those are the real commanders of all the species that are underneath the Covenant flag, is the prophets.
I mean, they say a word about you, and you're like, your head's off, just like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. They're a theocracy. What I got from the when I played the games.
But anyway, let's keep
on
going.
a space station over Earth, getting new armor, when Sergeant Johnson comes to take the chief to an award ceremony. So Master Chief...
I do say it is a good point that Sergeant Johnson somehow survived the Halo explosion.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting because in the Legendary, if you complete it on Legendary, you actually see him like hucking an elite's ass as they blow up on Halo. It's like, that would have made more sense to me, but I guess we're just going to go with, nah, he got out. He found a way.
Yeah, I would agree there. That is pretty dumb. How did he actually get off in the novels?
I'm pretty sure there was like, it wasn't a saber. I think he like found a makeshift pelican or something like that, and he managed to get off just as, you know, the thing was exploded. But the thing that really annoys me then is because Cortana literally says at the end of the game, nothing, just dust and echoes. But what about Johnson? He's fucking flying with you somewhere, isn't he? How do you not detect him?
Like, there's probably like a deleted cutscene where he's just like floating through space.
His corpse is just like, I can't die. I'm a main character until Halo 3, but I can't die. Let's see. Actually, no, funny enough, you actually can kill him in the campaign too, also. Just shoot him in the head and he stops moving.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Or no, oh no, not 2, 1.
Chief and Johnson receive medals for their action on Halo, while Miranda gets a medal for her dead father. She's there, but she's not recognized as being any notable figure in her own right. Based on what happened,
Wait, what?
Pause it. It's because she hasn't done anything yet. She
Yeah.
hasn't been in command yet. It's because she's new, and she wasn't in the first Halo game, so they don't have a reason to give her a medal. It's not like I'm being sexist there. She just hasn't, taken up the reins of being like a true. What's her rank, Matt? Is she a captain in this?
She's like a commander. She becomes Commander Keys.
Well,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just because her dad was originally commander. She was young. She didn't do anything really in Halo 1. So this is kind of like her coming of age moment, I guess you could say.
yeah,
where
she
she's gonna
was
be the commander.
She was commander. That was her rank. But what does that entail? Like for rank level, how high is that?
It's probably pretty high.
It's probably. Do you think that's higher than general or no?
Commander?
Well, it's I don't know enough about the Navy's rank structure, but
Is that what they use in Halo? Or,
yeah, well, it's United States, United Nations Space Commands. So they follow a Navy ranking structure as well as organizations.
But we can all assume commander's pretty high.
Yeah, it is. But
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious how she got that rank.
Well, I
because
can imagine that
her father was like a captain.
Scene. It's not
and she
like
was a commander.
Father did. I'm guessing she just wanted to do the same thing as her dad.
It wasn't Commander Keys in the first game.
No.
Captain Keys.
Okay,
Captain
so
Keys.
maybe she's just a captain or something. Who knows? She's
her rank is commander, but I
Okay.
don't know how she superseded her father if he was in military longer.
I guess
That's fine. Maybe she did more. But what I'm saying here is I don't get her complaint. This is the point where it's like introducing a new character who wasn't in Halo 1, You can't just say she did all this stuff because we played Halo 1 and she wasn't there.
If this was made in 2011, there's plenty of source material for her to go off of, and she's just kind of not.
No,
really
she just wants to be
going with
upset
that.
about nothing, basically.
It's like everyone else in 2020.
Exactly. She was ahead of her time in 2011. She was an innovator.
All right, let's keep going.
Yeah, keep on.
From the early Halo 2 script seen briefly in the Making of Halo featurette, I think that there may have.
So we can't confirm she did use Wikipedia there.
Yeah.
Go off of Wikipedia and not the actual. There's a Halopedia for fuck's sake. That's literally all Halo.
Dude, if I was a college professor, I would have failed her.
Maybe this was some kind of assignment she had to do. That's the reason why she's doing this.
When she was citing her sources, she just screenshotted that.
Oh, man. All right.
Originally been some focus on her filling her father's shoes, but that's not really in the final game. Basically, Cortana announces that the Covenant have found Earth, and then everyone rushes to battle positions.
I need a weapon.
I love that. I love that line. I need a weapon.
So what I got from that was,
I think she just explained the plot.
yeah, she was explaining some of the plot. She said something about that we don't really get her development until the later games, which.
Well, no,
That's not-
I
that's
think
not true at all.
totally
In the
false.
background, she's doing a lot.
You get-
As in, what is
You
that?
get a bunch of her character development as the game plays on. So I think what she was saying right there was completely stupid and false. Because if you introduce a new character, you're not gonna get a whole lot of the statistics and the knowledge behind said character until you go through the adventure with them and they start expressing more and more.
Also in this game too, she's not the focus. It's Master Chief.
No, she's not. That's the thing.
She's gonna be in
But
the
you do get a
background
bit
here
of character
doing stuff in the
development,
background.
even though she is a kind of like a background character, which at the same time, she gets as much character development as any other female Marine in there.
And she's
Yeah, I'd say
one
a
of
bit
the most
more.
important characters in the story.
I
she
mean,
basically
she does a lot too. I'm a little bit I kind of forget a little bit of the Halo 2 story, but I remember, doesn't she tries to get that key to unlock Halo,
Yes.
Yeah.
She kind of leads that force and she gets it. And that's
Yes,
like a big achievement. It's not like, she wasn't capable of doing it.
Yeah, she was a good general. what I got from it.
Yeah, that's what I got. I didn't see anything like negative about it.
All I know is I don't really know much about Lord Hood's role. I guess he's higher up than Keys.
Yeah, we all know Lord Hood is just like a rich pedophile.
Isn't Lord Hood an admiral?
I think so.
So he more or less controls the fleet. Where what's it called? There are different commanders and captains, but I think admiral is one of the highest rankings within the fleet, because you are more or less like the head brain of the whole fleet. You control all the things that are going on. Well,
Yeah. Oh no, I'm sorry. So yeah, no, Miranda Keys was below Captain Keys because the rank structure is, you know, commander, captain, rear admiral, vice admiral, admiral, and then fleet admiral. This is like the last one.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's what Lord is, basically, admiral.
Yeah, that's what Lord Hood is. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
he's a
but
fleet admiral.
regardless, that just makes sense because, you know, her dad is like probably like 20, 25 years older than her, so she's obviously going to have a higher rank.
Are filling her
Yeah,
father's
no.
shoes, but that's not really in the final game. Basically, Cortana announces that the Covenant have found Earth, and then everyone rushes to battle positions.
Right.
Yeah, she's complaining that there's not enough character development about falling into her father's shoes. Which
Well, she was never even in the first game. She's a brand new character. How the fuck are we supposed to know anything about her in the first 5 minutes? What?
I believe he was mentioning about how this goes throughout in the game, but still, though, I mean, I think she falls through her father's shoes pretty darn well. Like,
yeah, no, she definitely does, and she's not the main character.
And the game, like, she has incredible, you know,
or commander and all that. Like, she fights like physically too with her troops, like as if she was, you know, like King Arthur or something like that.
That's the thing about her. Like, most officers, especially high-ranking ones, don't go, you know, on the boots on the ground and fight. They lead. That's why they're officers. Enlisted, like Sergeant Johnson and Master Chief, they're the ones that are primary and do that. So, you know, it shows that she's like willing to sacrifice her life for what she's fighting for. Which obviously, if she doesn't, then, you know, she's gonna die from the Covenant either way. So,
well, she dies eventually anyway. So.
In a badass way.
Yeah, but not gonna lie, in a certain regard, when she finally gets taken out, if you look at that like scene, like what's his face, Sergeant Johnson gets real emotional. Like a guy who's stone cold and whatnot. The death of not only his previous commander, but you know his new commander dying in front of him again, kind of just shows like how easy it is to break Sergeant Johnson.
Well, yeah, I mean, he had special
connections
with those people.
Yeah, Master Chief was pretty sad too. Like even he, you know, doesn't like it when people die. Cause I remember him. Visually, he looked kind of down and out and all.
Right. I mean, like, and you know,
you can't really tell through his helmet, but you know.
Yeah, no, you can't. But it's like with his posture.
He obviously say it's good character writing because like she was willing to pop both her head and Johnson's to prevent the destruction of the whole galaxy. I mean, that's pretty ballsy, to be honest.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm gonna point this out real quick. If the Dawn, can you actually go back to that video real quick?
Really?
Okay, yeah, sorry. I was just gonna
the Dawn, really?
Yeah, no.
Reacting to the past.
Okay, yeah, can you guys look at the search bar real quick?
Yeah, I see it.
Yo, hold up a second. This woman,
you gotta watch some good memes.
Yo, this woman has feminist analysis of Halo 3. She's just really trying to wreck on Halo, isn't she?
Definitely.
Dude, yeah, I can only imagine how much she exploded when Cortana died in Halo 4.
I can only imagine how much she was pissed off when Cortana had a huge ass in Halo 4. They like super sexualized her, let's be honest.
Yeah, they did.
Cortana in Halo 4 is the best Cortana.
I think she is the best Cortana.
Visually, not
Visually,
personality-wise.
and I think in a way writing too, because she became like more human in that story.
Yeah.
And then in Halo 5, she just turned into a feminist, and now she's probably like, "Oh my God, Cortana is the best female character in video game history." Oh man. So wait, what are we looking up?
Oh, he's gonna look at
right
the
there.
bar.
That's
Oh
his-
yeah, he looks down.
Yeah, kind of looks depressed. I didn't remember that. Yeah, Halo 3.
You know, for
Yo,
a guy
look at
that
Captain-
like
hold
literally
on, guys.
spent.
Look at Captain Keys off on the left, right there.
Ooh!
Oh God! You know,
Yeah,
in
something
China,
looks
that's-
wrong
you
with
get
him.
COVID-19, folks. This is what happens.
But here's the interesting thing too, because like for a guy that was trained since 7 to be a cold-blooded, murdering machine, it shows like he had, some kind of relationship with Miranda. The fact that
Yeah.
he shows
I
emotion. in that
think
scene.
I think the minute you really get to see Master Chief
Master
really-
shit.
I also like the picture.
The minute you really get to see Master Chief really kind of like really break more or less, where he's actually truly at a loss for words, was when Cortana died in Halo 4, when he's there talking to Commander Lasky.
Oh yeah,
you
no,
you
yeah, no.
can't-
He really shows. Well, I mean, they've been together for like. It's actually someone did a video breakdown showing like that they only were together for like a year or whatever. But through that 1 year or however long they were together, they really had a bond. I mean, shit, she like it's basically like his mom or his girlfriend, one of those two.
Yeah, mom, girlfriend, same thing.
Yeah, but
It can be in Alabama.
There was that
Sweet
hardcore
home Alabama.
connection. Damn, bro. Okay, let's.
He fights Covenant through the station, and after seeing them take out the other stations, Cortana figures out that they board, plant a bomb, and leave. As the Chief goes to take care of the bomb, he helps Miranda when she gets pinned down on the way to her ship. When we see her, she's taking some shots at the Covenant. I think this on its own is a decent portrayal of a female fighter. She's capable.
Oh,
Wait, hold
shut
up.
the fuck
So
up.
why does it only have to be female fighter? Why are you so focused on the gender versus the character themselves?
Exactly. Like, you know what? There's multiple people in that room, both female and male, that are also taking fire. But she's kind of lock set on the fact that Amanda.
Miranda. Amanda.
I am
Amanda.
Amanda.
Listen, my guy, I think Miranda. She deserves that
I'm low-key
date.
like kind of starting to laugh too because we have Miranda in the chat and we're talking about Miranda.
This wasn't planned, by the way.
So anyway, moving on. boy.
Yeah, but no, I get it. It's just like, okay. I mean, I don't really have a problem with her like point there, but I mean, it just makes sense that she would fight.
Disregarding the fact that of all the other people that are in
What happened to his
same
audio?
kind of make it her one particular life.
Yo, Miranda, your audio, dude.
Yeah,
Your
Miranda,
audio went a
Oh,
little
now
bit
it's good, it's
high
good.
static there, or
Oh,
high
wait, that
pass.
was Matt. I mean, the Dawn.
Yeah.
Besides,
Did you put your device somewhere or something where like over the sound?
Chalupa King, we're supposed to be talking about women wrongs, not women rights. Come on, man.
Okay, my mic's better.
No, you still sound like a fucking kid. This is why people click on the
Alright, guys,
video.
we gotta get back to talking about Amanda. Come on.
God damn it! This is so stupid.
Just work with it.
I mean, we could still hear you pretty well. It just it altered.
Fuck off.
I'm just telling you how it is, man.
All right, play the video.
He's gonna leave and come back. That's what you're telling me.
Okay.
No, I'm not saying that.
No, it's fine.
No, we can
just
still
have
hear
him,
you.
Just have him leave
still
and come
hear you
back and
fine,
just kind of recalibrate everything.
All right. Give me
The Mirando.
Yo, that do be what his name is though.
That would be.
Yo, that mussy got me acting up.
Okay.
Just, okay, yeah, now you sound like.
Yeah, you sound a lot
Yeah, you
better.
sound better.
All right.
Okay. And that's good.
All right,
I
back to
completely
the.
forgot what the fuck I was talking about, so let's just
We're
continue.
talking about Amanda.
I'm over. I'm moving forward.
All right, next point. Let's see what she says.
Enough to fight Covenant, but can get pinned down in the same way male fighters can. So she's not a Mary Sue. It's not an indication on its own that the character is action-oriented, but allows herself to become a damsel in distress for male characters to save. No, that.
Interesting. So she's saying that, well, what I get from that is a Mary Sue is better than a damsel in distress. I would probably argue that writing-wise, a damsels in distress, even though that's cliche as hell, is a lot better than a perfect character.
Oh yeah, because you can kind of get behind their emotions a little bit more, you know.
And that's way more
Makes them feel a
relatable.
little
Like
bit more
everyone needs to
human.
be helped every now and then.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
can't.
Yeah. Like, what's it called? Would it really be the same thing if instead of Miranda grabbing the key index, it was Sergeant Johnson and the things were in reverse? I mean, vice versa, my guy. Like, would it really give it a whole lot more BS, or would it be the same shit?
Yeah, honestly, like I don't know why she's upset about this scene. It's just she went in, she got the key thing, and then she was about to fall and die, and somebody helped her. It's not really like an indictment of
I mean,
her
like
character.
it's a common writing trope in most games. The
Yeah,
Deus Ex
exactly.
Machina, the
That could
person-
happen to anybody.
Some random person just comes out of nowhere at the last second to save them. I mean,
It's not that she's like incompetent, you know, that
No,
she
no,
can't
no.
like go in and get it
Like-
herself. It's just like, you know, something fell and she just needs help. That's
I mean,
like,
if she was
totally
that dumb, I
normal.
don't think she'd be a commander.
Really
Just
think
saying.
about it.
And
If you
also, Master
really-
Chief saves men too, so it's not like, you know, it's only the women. Like Sergeant Johnson needs to be helped out a ton. So
Oh, absolutely. It's
Yeah,
like,
exactly. I think
really
that just makes her more of a relatable character. Like, why would you write her as like a superhero when she's just supposed to be a regular person?
Okay, can I talk? Is my mic fucked?
no,
No,
you
it's
don't
good.
need to talk.
It's good,
you're fine.
Mirando.
You're fine.
If you kind of set it up like in a way of a scoreboard, if you really think about it, Master Chief and a lot of other people have actually saved Sergeant Johnson a shit ton more than they ever did Miranda. Like, if you really think about it, like in the beginning of Halo 3, what's it called? Sergeant Johnson and his whole platoon gets captured. Well, most of them die, but they still get captured. And you, Master Chief, have to go in and help and save Sergeant Johnson. And it goes kind of the same thing with all the way back in Combat Evolved when you finally, when you survive the crash site and you link up with Sergeant Johnson for the first time and his unit, they're kind of getting attacked from all sides. So you have to go in and save him again. And then I believe you also save him again towards like halfway through the game because when you have to go down in the sort of catacombs of the Forerunner structure in the first game when you first get introduced with the flood and whatnot, and you meet up with Sergeant Johnson and whoever's remaining towards the end of that mission.
It was kind of keys, but yeah. I mean, like, even Master Chief needs like help too throughout the stories. I'm pretty sure that's the reason why, like in 3, the Arbiter was so side by side with him at almost everything that they were doing.
I wonder what she thinks about Gary stews and all that, and whether that's considered a good writing, because Gary stews are very similar to Mary Sue's. So
Oh
Yo,
yeah,
wait,
it's
hang on a
just
second.
gender difference.
Why is it in the tag she has Miranda and Miranda Keys? What are they, two different people?
No, it's Miranda and Mirando and Amanda.
Of course. How can I make such a mistake? And then there's Halo and Halo 2. So
You
she's
didn't
breaking
include the
down
most
Halo
popular
1.
Halo 3, which I find strange, though.
And she was just trying to figure out as many keywords she could possibly think of and just make a long list.
Bro, in
My God.
9 years, she only got 2,000 views on this shit. I wonder why.
Well, to be fair, she has more subscribers than us, so we shouldn't talk too much crap about that.
Well, yeah, because there's more feminist
Listen.
people nowadays.
Has more subscribers than us, bruh. But dude, her entire fan base is a bunch of dumbass feminists who
No,
can't
hang
really-
on a second. Let me correct myself. Third wave feminists. There we go.
Oh yeah, sorry, Andre. That would be very sexist if you didn't say third wave feminist. Obviously,
There you go.
Duh.
It gotta be specific.
All right, let's hear the rest of it.
I'll come later. So the Chief and Cortana stop the bomb. Their teamwork really shows here. The Chief eliminates the enemies around the bomb and then allows Cortana to access it. And she uses her hacking ability to turn it off. The Chief gives the Covenant back their bomb and goes to Miranda's ship, the Enamberclad. The Enamberclad goes to Mombasa to attack the Prophet of Regret's ship, and the Chief's Pelican is shot down. While traveling on foot, we encounter Halo's first female Marines. Yay! First
What? Yes.
It's not Mombasa, it's Newmanbasa, my guy. This dumbass bitch clearly didn't play the game.
Also, yo, I love this scene. The Dawn just paused down, like, derp, I'm a woman. That face just says her entire argument for this video.
Guys, I am curious on what people say about this scene right here.
You know, that's probably how she looks in real life. The person making this video.
I will have
So
to
mean.
say I do like the line in this scene a lot. Edwin knows. I mean, the Mirando knows I like it a lot.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
I have to
Alright.
say though that Halo 2 by far has the best story due to like writing and dialogue. Like dialogue's amazing. Like I need a weapon. That's Steve Downs' favorite line. Voice actor.
I know it's
from
my
Master Chief.
favorite line.
I need a weapon, throws him a pen.
Yeah, I also like his
The pen's
line
not
where
even his
Cortana
sword.
goes, "What happens if you miss?" and he goes, "I won't." That's a classic.
I mean, those are really easy lines to write, but they just
They are super easy, but it's like the delivery is like really good though. And
Yeah, they're it's good
effective.
delivery and good.
I believe
dialogue.
Master Chief doesn't have much lines in this. I think he does the least amount of talking in Halo 2, or maybe
Yeah,
Halo
no.
1.
It
but he
must
doesn't
be
talk
Halo
at
1. I
all.
don't think he says anything in Halo 1.
Yeah,
No, he says a few things in Halo 1, but
like
Yeah,
this.
he
is
said
like this is the
Captain
Halo or something, and all that. Like, yeah, he
Okay,
just
go
asks
on.
like questions. I think.
Yeah,
I have to
no,
play
but
Halo 1 again.
I'm curious what she's gonna say about this scene, on whether or not like no, this female soldier right here is a strong, independent young woman, but no,
Well,
she needs the help of
it's
Master
kind of weird the way, like,
Arab.
it's kind of weird the way she, like, you know, used her tone of voice. She was like, "Yay!" Like what? You're excited that there's a female Marine? Okay,
Right.
cool.
She went in audition for the Grunt's birthday party sound effect, my guy, but she didn't make the.
This video's turned more into a roast than an analysis of the analysis. Anyway, let's get going.
There's one in a cinematic, and then there's a female Marine fighting alongside you in gameplay. When Johnson drops off a tank, there's some flirty banter.
Thanks for the tank. He never gets me anything.
Oh, I know what the ladies like.
It's sexual, reminding the player of Cortana's status as a sexual female character, but I'm actually fine with it. It's pretty
Yo,
low.
what?
What?
Immediately
Wait,
after.
hang on a second. So she's complaining about the fact that it's sexual and she doesn't like being represented that way, but she's okay with it?
Yeah, let's hear this again. Let's hear this again.
Yeah, that sounded a little fishy.
I mean, it's Sergeant Johnson too. Like, what?
With the fact of the way that Sergeant Johnson said that, I'm pretty sure Katana would have fucking said something and say like, "Don't talk to me like that. What the fuck's wrong with you, my guy?" Like,
I don't care. It's just like I don't think she would care. It's just like such a like like minor line, you know?
And dude, the guy literally dropped off a whole fucking tank to help deal with a fucking scarab. Like, if you literally watch that whole like cutscene, the lady there literally says 50 cal rockets didn't do a thing to a fucking scarab. Let Sergeant Johnson drop this wonderful piece of machinery to help deal with that. Like what the fuck is the problem there?
No, he said something sexual, man. That means it's bad.
It's not like it's
Dude.
an M-rated game and it got
That's not even an M-rated line. You could have that like in a PG.
teen
You
game,
could have
yeah.
that in like a G-rated movie.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's not. I would say that's kind of like that's like kind of like almost like jokey, romantic kind of dialogue or
Yeah,
sarcastic
exactly.
one.
You
Yeah,
could
where
have that
she
like in an
basically saying,
episode
like,
of
oh yeah,
Friends.
Chief doesn't give me anything. Like,
I'm confused. Where the fuck is the romantic part coming in, dude? She's a
well,
fucking AI.
like,
What is
yeah,
the
no,
Sergeant-
but it's like I'm saying it's like fake romantic dialogue in the sense that since she's referring to Chief like as like, oh yeah, Chief never gets me anything, as if that like, you know, he's like supposed to give her stuff as if she like he was her boyfriend.
Listen,
And then Sergeant Johnson goes, ooh, I know what the ladies like. So he you know, just kind
Yeah,
of like,
no, it's just like a clever line.
yeah, it's a great line too.
no, it is a clever line, but not like if it was such that big of a deal, I'm pretty sure Master Chief could have fucking kicked the shit out of Sergeant Johnson off that fucking bridge, bruh.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It wasn't even a big deal. That's the reason why nothing like that happens.
I want to
know.
hear what she says again. I know. I want to hear this.
Look at that fucking.
I do like looking at the female Marine's derp face, though.
It is pretty hot.
Back in 2004, guys, this was prime graphics.
Back in 2004, this was prime fapping material.
I believe the woman that says that line is from Fast and Furious. I want to say.
really?
I think so. Yeah.
No, it's Michelle Rodriguez.
Yeah. Isn't she in Fast and Furious?
Yes.
And she plays strong female characters.
Yes, she does.
Yeah. And then who else? And then there's some other female release played by some other famous people, like Laura Prepon.
No.
I thought you were going to say like Laura Bush. I'm like, yes, the strong female character known as Laura Bush.
Just out of nowhere, bro, you get a Facebook notification. Laura Bush wants to know your location.
Oh, crap. Yeah, but you can continue.
Dramatic, and then there's a female Marine fighting alongside you in gameplay. When Johnson drops off a tank, there's some flirty banter.
Thanks for the tank. He never gets me anything.
Oh, I know what the ladies like.
It's sexual, reminding the player of Cortana's status as a sexual female character, but I'm actually fine with it. It's pretty low-key, and there's a joke made immediately after about ladies liking armor plating or other various tank attributes depending on the difficulty level. And that doesn't have any innuendo attached. It also serves to hint at the romance between her and the Chief, which becomes more overt later in the story. After the Chief blows up.
So she's relatively, you know, mostly fine with it, and she like notes it.
Yeah.
So I think. So
Hold on. Now the thing is, she's kind of saying that both the Chief and Cortana are romantically like connected and all that other BS. How the fuck would that work?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I always kind of thought that was a little weird. Like, I can
Yeah.
kind of see what she's saying, though.
yeah, and it's also weird that she's saying like romantic kind of stuff, that they kind of develop more of like a romantic kind of relationship. I would say, remember, you know, Cortana was talking about never give a girl a promise if you know you can't keep it and all that. But I wonder if
Exactly.
she's probably referring to that.
I'm just kind of
Um,
confused why she says she's just like a sexualized character when she really isn't. You know, she does a lot for the story. She just
Yeah,
happens
she's
to
not
be
like Megan
attractive
Fox
looking.
from Transformers.
Yeah,
you've
like
never-
I can understand like you critiquing that, but here she really isn't. She's just drawn or not drawn it, like, you know.
But
animated
Chalupa,
to be attractive
you've never
looking.
seen like Rule 34 of Cortana. I mean, pretty hot stuff.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. But she's just an attractive person, and they modeled her off of an attractive person. There's not really anything like, where that's all she is.
Right.
Captain Keys, I know it's all pixelated in Combat Evolved, but he has a nice Rob Lowe look to him. So I guess they're sexualizing him too.
They're definitely, man. He's like covered in tentacles, dude.
Yeah, so I think we have more of an issue with how she was describing the story and getting the plot analysis more so than the point. Because she said she's fine with the whole.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't see why you would even ever have an issue with it. I kind of agree with Matt, just the way she kind of described her, where it's just like, no, she really isn't that kind of character at all.
But the Scarab, Regret decides to leave. His method of departure, jumping into slip space in atmosphere, will create a huge explosion, so Lord Hood tells an Amberclad to follow it. Meanwhile, the Prophet of Truth rescues Thel and turns him into a figurehead called the Arbiter.
Here rests the vanguard of the great journey. Every arbiter from first to last. Each one created and consumed in times of extraordinary crisis.
The taming of the hunters, the Grunt Rebellion. Were it not for the arbiters, the Covenant would have broken long ago. The tasks you must undertake as the arbiter are perilous, suicidal. You will die, as each arbiter has before you. The council will have their corpse.
What would you have your arbiter do?
He sends the Arbiter to quell a rebellion. This guy, named Sessa Refumi, according to his action figure, preaches that the Covenant is being...
Did you just say according to his action
According to his action figure.
I'm pretty sure he's referenced in like the story. I don't know why she said action figure.
I mean, she's using Wikipedia. Couldn't you just say that too? No, she has to use action figure as a reference.
She probably owned the action figure.
Lord knows what she did with it. but okay.
So Chalupa King, since you're an expert on this, how much of this has actually been argumentative, like points and evidence? And how much has this been plot synopsis?
Honestly, it's been about 4 minutes of plot synopsis. She hasn't really said anything.
Yeah, all she said was about damsel distress Miranda Peeves not being a Mary Sue. Then she mentioned some stuff of the story that we weren't huge on.
Exactly.
He went Joe Grievous. General Kenobi.
Yo, you guys see all 4 of those arbs.
Oh yeah,
I'm seeing that. Like, guys, this is the elite that I'm talking about, not the one to the left. This one specifically.
I've been trained by the arts of
Yeah, he does look like General Grievous.
Yeah, dude, he literally has 4
General Arbiter. Hello there.
Or whatever. I don't have this guy's action figure, so I don't remember his name.
Let's just call him Miranda Keys.
No, this is Amanda, guys.
Yeah, let's just call
her Miranda, bro. It's me.
No, let's just call it Amanda.
Yeah, no, it's like in Clone Wars where they had that alien lady, and she's like she's from like this exotic world, and her name is Julia. It's like, what?
Oh yeah, it's just it's cultural appropriation, Matt.
The Don just make a bunch of Miranda arrows.
Yeah, he's showing the sexual points of an elite. So the chest, the belly button, and obviously the throat.
Oh yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Okay.
All right, that's enough.
Go on.
Let's continue.
Being lied to by the prophets, and his source is an oracle that turns out to be 343 Guilty Spark. The Arbiter kills Sessa, and Tartarus captures Spark.
That is the oracle. So it is. Come, meet the system.
Report! On the other side, they find a...
Yeah. I wonder if she's gonna say like, "Oh, that's such a sexual grunt."
Made me laugh. I'm not gonna lie.
They should have hired me as the voice actor for Miranda.
Oh, dude, it'd be perfect. Miranda as Miranda.
Yeah, Mirando, say some keys lies. This is your audition.
Oh shit.
Edward's, I mean,
That's the
Miranda's
line
like,
that
I
you're
forgot
supposed to
how the
say
moment.
right before she dies, like right before like the brute spiker shots get into her back. She just goes, "Oh shit."
Oh.
Other Halo, which they dub Delta Halo. Regret wants to activate Halo, which the prophets say is the secret to the Covenant members becoming gods, so the Chief and Cortana go to stop him.
That's the largest Covenant fleet I've ever seen. The largest anyone's ever seen.
Oh.
The Chief kills him, but the Covenant target the location with an energy weapon, and he jumps into the water where he's pulled downward by some tentacles. Around this time,
Kinky.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
doing some more plot synopsis.
Yeah, this video could have been a lot shorter and all that. Ooh.
Thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah, we really needed that. Yeah, it's funny in Halo Wars 1. I remember watching one YouTuber, Dishonored Wolf, and it was hilarious because apparently the elites in those cut scenes have really tight like buttocks, like they're really like tight and all that.
I don't know. I mean, like, look at that elite man's ass. I think Halo 2 is just a really progressive game.
I don't know.
That's what should be there if they had the balls to put it, Edwin.
Yeah, I wonder if we could argue that the Arbiter was being sexualized because he was naked.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's literally not even wearing his underwear. He has like assless chaps.
Now Mirando's making it look like he's like crapping him like self. Like
I think he's trying to make it look like he has something else.
yeah, he has like some blue diarrhea or something.
No, I was gonna go with something else.
Oh, okay, sorry. Well, I'm dumb. All right, that's
Yeah, a
obviously
little bit.
A penis.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. You can tell like the prophets are evil here just by based on what they force the elites to wear. Like, look how sexual that outfit is.
Dude, like, but dead ass though. Like, how do you think they use the restroom? Like,
Yeah, I mean, there's no hole there. It's kind of confusing.
yeah, like, there's nothing there. Like, what is that?
Maybe they just throw it up. You know, it just like goes out the same way it comes in.
Maybe they just do photosynthesis.
Yeah.
Dude, hold on.
Photosynthesis.
Guys, dead ass. What the fuck is that right there? I don't know if you guys see
He
that.
must have a really veiny thigh.
Yeah. You
No,
must.
no. It right here, like at the very, like it literally looks like a battle scar or something.
Like a
Right
crater.
there. Like if you look if
Oh,
you
yeah,
look
no,
on the
that's-
right side,
Yeah,
there's
the battle
nothing
scar
there.
from the Prophet of Mercy. He was just like, say my name, say my name.
He's like, I can't find the hole. It's like your elite's anatomy is so strange. Where do I stick it in?
Andre, you wanna put some insight on what's going on?
Oh, yo, you talking about this? I don't really know how to comment on it, but yeah, no, he looks pretty sexualized to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Covenant politics get tense. The Arbiter species called elites are competing with the brutes.
No,
After the
no.
Chief kills
The
Regret,
thing Healy.
he decides to replace the Prophet's elite guards.
What did you say, Mirando?
No, they're not elites. Like that's their title and whatnot, but they're not elites. That's not the name of the species.
Isn't that like
They're
the
saying
main
Healy.
like name up for them? Isn't that the like kind of the that's how they
The thing Healy
clump
is
them?
the name of the species.
Yeah. I mean, I'm fine with her calling them the elites, though, you know, but that is technically correct.
No, hold on, guys. Just add it. Like, dude, this is mad whack. But like, if you guys look between this guy right here, literally like skinny, like holy shit, and then you have this guy right here. Who do you think would win in a fight?
Oh,
This
the guy to the
motherfucker-
right.
Probably the Sinheelys, simply because they're smarter, faster, not as strong, but definitely more
Yeah.
tactical.
I would say though that shot doesn't do the brute justice though. Like the brute.
Yeah, he
No,
does
it
look a little
doesn't.
small there. That's
Yeah,
like the
that
manlet brute.
looks like a beta brute. That's
That's the unpaid intern brute.
yeah. He's just like Yeah, he's just like, oh yeah, no, he gets Tartarus's coffee and all that,
Exactly.
and deletes his porn.
Now you should
He
edit
doesn't know
him
how
and
to
just
do
give
it
him
because
like a little
Tartarus is doing it.
Starbucks cup he's holding.
I don't really understand how this is like a feminist analysis. This looks more like, just a feminist breakdown of the game.
Yeah,
That's
it's literally
plot
she's just
synopsis.
giving you a plot synopsis, and occasionally she says something.
No wonder she's only got 2,000 views. Yeah, our goal is to beat her at least by one.
Please.
I love how we're already in
2061.
competition with this person. A video that was from 9 years ago. So.
Well, Dawn, like she's pissed us off. She's insulting Halo 2. Justice needs to be served somehow.
She honestly doesn't even insulted it that much. It's just a plot synopsis at this point. She doesn't like have anything.
The title alone is
Just like how the elite has no junk.
Yeah, it's true. Well, neither does the brute,
They
That's
just tuck it.
Have junk.
That's-
Nah, homie, bro. The brutes are like dogs, bro. They have like a little red rocket, bro. It only comes out once in the blue moon.
I was gonna say they're more like geese, and it just pops out when it
Well,
wants
that's the
to.
reason
and
why
then
the
falls
Shang
off.
Healy is like
God,
looking at him like that. He's
shut
like,
up.
dude, where the fuck is your junk? You're not wearing any pants.
Yeah.
Brute's like, bro,
Alright,
I don't know.
He kind of
Let's
looks, the blue kind of looks like he's covered in
continue on.
teeth
Let's
here, too.
continue on.
Yeah, let's keep going.
With brutes. The other two prophets seem to have hacked Spark, so Truth knows what is needed to activate Halo. He gives the Arbiter a mission to secure the Index. However, the Enamber-clad gets to the library first. Unlike the first Halo, the Floods seem to have already been out, so the humans pretty much get overrun. Miranda makes it to the Index, though. Miranda, much in the style of Captain Kirk, takes it upon herself to charge straight into dangerous situations, which
I'm surprised that she compared her to Captain Kirk and not her father.
Yo, whenever
Yeah.
whenever she says Miranda, I keep hearing Miranda.
Yeah, me too.
And then you see
Still
it's
waiting
just-
for Amanda to get into the story. Where's Amanda?
Yeah, that is interesting that she doesn't compare it to her father. I mean, like, her father, basically saved Cortana and Master Chief off Reach, then found the Halos, and like, he did a bunch of crazy shit. And then she's
Yeah,
like,
I feel
nah.
like that would be the more obvious comparison.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a bad comparison because
No, it's not. I mean,
would
it's
do that.
similar.
But
Who the
yeah.
hell
it's
is
just kinda
Captain Kirk
strange.
anyway?
Star Trek.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know that shit. So yeah, no.
Wait, really? You don't know about Star
I
Trek?
never watched Star Trek. No.
It's not bad. It's all right.
The new movies aren't that good. They kind of they ruined Captain Kirk's character. So.
All right, boys, we need to stay on topic.
All right, let's hear
Yeah,
about
we're
Amanda.
talking
some
about
more.
women.
Oh, it's kind of
and
funny that
Halo
she's
2.
grabbing this phallic-like tentacle.
Yo, this could turn into like some kind of hentai real
Like that
quick.
is the ultimate like pencil penis right there. Like,
It really is.
Yeah, why
She's
did she
like, "Oh,
grab
it's
me
so
like?
long."
Why did she grab me with such interest? Like, she's
Well, you know
like,
what? Maybe this person will have like some great analysis on it.
I bet off screen she did some things with that tentacle.
Hold on, right here. That goes right there.
Perfect. And when you just created the thumbnail for this video,
Right in that back pussy.
Hold on. If that's the case, hold on. There we go.
Hey, what'd you do different?
No, I just got rid of the red line.
Oh,
okay,
well,
so it
that's-
looks more like clickbait.
yeah.
Oh, okay, all right, fine.
I mean, yeah. Let's. I mean,
Oh my
when she
God.
touching tips. She's sword fencing over here.
Oh, man. Miranda becomes Mirando in Halo 2.
All right, play that video.
Play it again.
which one familiar with military protocol might find odd. The Index is floating in the middle of this chasm, so she uses a flood tentacle tangled up in an enforcer wreck to lean out over it without really verifying how secure the tentacle is. Johnson has to save her. It's cool that she's this action star of a female character, especially as a counterpart to the Master Chief, but it's kind of negated when she gets herself into trouble and needs to be bailed out by a male character. She doesn't even say it would have been a playful
Yeah. I was getting that was kind of weird because you said that she doesn't like getting help by anyone, which is kind of like, well,
Yeah,
everyone
I feel
needs
like
help.
what they're trying to show
Like, what's it
there is
called?
that she can do
Like Master Chief wouldn't be nothing without Cortana.
Yeah. Well, what they're trying to show her that she takes action and she's like, I guess willing to think of like different ways to get things. But if she gets in trouble sometime, that's just like a normal character trait,
Yeah, no,
or you
that's
need
just-
somebody to help you.
Yeah, and not listen, like I'm
It
Miranda
also
is
creates like a
literally
little
not-
bit of tension for like a
like
second,
Miranda is not really all that upset because literally in that scene, the minute she she cuts out the in-game audio and whatnot, she literally says thank you to Sergeant Johnson. Like,
yeah. I don't really see her
so
point
like
there.
if she was really all choked up and really pissed off about it, like I'm pretty sure she wouldn't have thanked Sergeant Johnson.
And I know we've been talking about that tentacle for a long time, but if you actually see the scene, she's like pulling on it to see if it's stable,
Yeah, she said she did verify.
Yeah, she was verifying that it was stable. She wasn't just being stupid,
Yeah.
It just happened
But
to
you know what?
actually
Listen,
go
like,
down,
like-
and then Johnson had to grab it. It's not a problem.
Exactly. And bro, she really just had to grab that thing just so she can reach over and grab the Forerunner butt plug that is located right in here.
Exactly. Oh man, another clickbait title.
We just do butt plug question
that's
mark.
more like this.
Ooh.
All right, I'll just continue.
Okay.
While of Captain Kirk takes it upon herself to charge straight into dangerous situations, which one familiar with military protocol might find odd. The index is floating in the middle of this chasm.
She says she finds this military protocol odd.
What? She's just trying to get something. That's her duty,
Yeah,
She found
I guess
something
if
she
she's a
thought was
command, she thinks
stable.
that it's not good writing because she shouldn't be like in combat. Is that what I'm getting from that?
Yo,
No, I
guys, real
guess I
quick,
don't know
hold
why
on,
this is like against military
hold on,
protocol. She
serious-
was told that she has to get this thing, so she's trying to
That-
get this thing.
Yeah, no, I don't know how that would be military protocol to grab a random,
Or against military
tentacle
protocol.
to just reach over and grab something, which like in the next scene, like when it shows her like the distance between what's it called? The key plus where she is, and it doesn't, that part doesn't really make sense on how the fuck she has that type of arm reach over, because like the gap there is just way too long. It's way too big. Like if you press play on the video, my guy.
Situations, which one
It
familiar
is-
with military protocol might find odd. The index is floating in the middle of
Wait
this
for
chasm.
it. No.
She uses a flood tentacle tangled up in an enforcer
Or
rack.
she's sliding a little bit and then it's pulling a little bit.
Yeah. But that's the thing. She already tested that it was like stable and stuff. It wasn't that she was stupid. It just was that it happened to actually let go,
It wasn't like she found a string on the ground, clearly not attached to anything. It was just holding on to that.
Honestly, I'd like to see that scene. Just find some yarn and she just falls.
All right, let's continue on, my guy.
That would be an excellent YouTube poop.
Would be.
Jump over it without really verifying how secure the tentacle is. Johnson has to save her. It's cool that she's this action star of a female character, especially as a counterpart to the Master Chief, but it's kind of negated when she gets herself into trouble and needs to be bailed out by a male character. She doesn't even say thanks. Could have been a...
She doesn't even say thanks. That's a big issue.
Yeah, Miranda told us a little bit that she does thank him right afterwards.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, that's strange. And yeah, getting bailed out. Let's think of all the times that Chief got bailed out.
Yeah.
So he had to get saved by the Arbiter and all that. Cortana has to tell him to like look out and basically has to explain him like everything because he doesn't know any of this crap. And she's like a super like intelligent AI.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let's continue on.
a playful moment of camaraderie between them comparable to the Chief and Cortana rescuing Jacob Keys. As it is with her just announcing that the index is secure, it makes her come off as foolish. Well, the Arbiter shows up.
Foolish?
What?
The index is
Foolish?
secure.
How is that foolish? It is secure. She has it.
Yo, can we talk about like the pause scene right here? What is up with her fucking face?
Yeah, she has like almost like a second eye right here. Yeah, that's some 2004 stuff. She kind of has the thing where it's like it's like Jack Sparrow from the second Pirates of the Caribbean where he has like
he
that
has
eye
like
face
the
paint.
eyelid. He has like the eyes painted on his eyelid.
Yeah,
Looking.
Hold on.
But I don't
whoa,
understand like her point.
real quick, do you guys see this this face right here? Right
that
there.
face.
That's a face.
Yeah, right there.
I can
At the very
see
tip of the
eyes, helmet, nose, like a really big like round nose, and then I guess that's a mouth.
Yeah, but going on against her point, I don't see what she's saying. She's like, she secured the marker. I mean, like, yeah, that's what she did. She got it. That was what her mission was supposed to be.
Yeah, I also find it interesting that she didn't say thanks to him, which I guess she probably could have said thanks, but it's almost like one of those things where feminists, at least, want their women to be like, very like strong-willed, extremely independent and all that. Don't want to say thanks and all of that.
Gotcha.
At least that's what the vibe I get from them. I'm not sure what you guys have to say about that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of an interesting analysis. She kind of has actually surprised me in like some ways.
Okay, let's continue on.
Up and where did she get those? The Arbiter knocks them out, but then Tartarus shows up.
The SMGs, she's confused about how she got the SMGs.
Gotcha.
Do you guys remember how she actually got the SMGs?
Honestly, I'm not sure.
I know she was carrying one, but I don't know where she got the second one.
Oh, Johnson got hit, and he had an SMG.
Oh, okay. So she
okay.
had one on her person, and then the SMG was just nearby her, I guess.
Let's see this.
So she uses a flood tentacle tangled up.
She doesn't have it on her right there.
No.
Military protocol might.
Yeah.
That's odd.
Odd. The index is floating in the middle.
Just skip forward a little bit. I want to rewatch this.
You want to skip forward? I know
It's kind of negated when she thanks. Could have been a playful moment of camaraderie between them comparable to the Chief and Cortana rescuing Jacob Keys. As it is with her just announcing that the index is secure, it makes her come off as foolish. Well, the Arbiter shows up and where did she get those? The Arbiter knocks them out, but then Tartarus shows up.
Yeah, should we watch like the full cutscene? Would that be helpful?
We'll go back to it.
Yeah, let's do that later.
And
Yeah.
takes them away from him. Tartarus reveals that Truth told him to kill the Arbiter, so he knocks him into the chasm, where he's then saved by the tentacles. The tentacles turn out to belong to an ancient flood leader called the Gravemind.
Wait, hold on. An ancient flood leader. Now the thing is, the flood is one mind. It's one thing.
Yeah, so it's not really the flood leader, it's just the flood.
No, it's just a flood. The Gravemind is one whole thing, bruh. He controls all of the flood, all the way down to the smallest little piece.
Yeah, but I can kind of see why she called him the leader in that regard, because, he kind of is. He's just like the embodiment of the flood, which is like one gigantic organism.
Yeah, I guess.
All right, continue.
Presumably Captain Keyes was going to be made into one of these guys. The Gravemind.
Made into like a grave mind?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Or she's just saying he would become flood. I think he just died and they just kind of had the thing connected to him.
Yeah, I don't think he was going to become a grave mind thing, I think there's only one grave mind. I don't know where she got that from.
mind, being a combination of a lot of different bodies, has no clear gender at this point. It's
It has no clear gender. Like,
It
that's
has no
important.
clear gender. That's a
No clear
problem.
gender, boys. No clear gender.
I could just picture some like fat 40-year-old being like, I just wonder if Gravemine's a woman or not.
Yeah, exactly. I want to know if it's gay, the FATT, the grave mind.
Yeah, I think his gender is super important to the story, right? Like,
Yeah, well, the funny thing is, I like it how he says you can't like assume his gender, but he has a man's voice, so if I had to guess, I would say a guy.
Yeah, it's been really funny. It's just like voiced by like Anne Hathaway. You just like hear her or Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah,
It's like high pitch.
Oh. All right, continue on.
guy. The voice gets high-pitched at times.
Those who built this place knew what they wrought. Do not mistake their intent.
And some people interpret
It gets high pitch. That's not really high pitch.
No, it's not. It's just like, he just kind of enunciates a word.
Yeah, he just like almost like gargling sound. You can almost.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
He
he's a
just
big
sounds, I don't know,
fucking
like an
monster
alien.
that lives in the bottom of like this pit, He
Yeah.
makes monster noises.
Yeah.
But I want to see her analyze the Gravemind's gender some more.
Very important, yeah.
this as meaning that the Gravemind is both male and female. This turned out to be inaccurate. The Gravemind is male and a rape monster like the xenomorph the Flood is ripped off from, but it's unclear at this point, which is interesting. The Gravemind says that because of the threat of Halo, the three of them need to ally to stop truth, and he convinces the Arbiter with the help of a partially absorbed regret and Spark's cousin 2401 Penitent Tangent. He teleports them away.
Yeah, so he's a rapist.
Apparently, even though he doesn't.
Okay, that is what I heard, right? Everyone else heard rape.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, no, and
Apparently
there's
he's
a
a
comment
rapist.
down below that kind of talks about the whole rapist thing and all.
Yeah,
of that.
he's not though. He's literally just has tentacles and has to hold them somehow.
I guess squids are just rapists. I guess. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Octopus is just rapists.
Look, the Gravemind did nothing wrong. Okay, he was just
He's
holding
just
them so
questioning.
they wouldn't fall. All right, he was just so he could have a conversation with them.
I also find it kind of funny how she says, "No, you might think she's male or female, but turns out he's male," which is
That's
really
not
all that
surprising at
surprising.
all. He has a man's voice.
yeah. Yeah, he's played by a male voice. I mean, that doesn't really matter because
Yeah,
it
it
some
doesn't
like
matter
young
in the
kids are
grand
played by
scheme of things at all.
females.
It's just a funny point to harp on.
Yeah, it's just doesn't really seem like all that. Like sometimes she was trying to get into try to go into like objective stuff when it came to like the SMGs, and then
Yeah.
and tries to do a little bit with that with Mary Sue. I disagree with her on the whole Mary Sue thing, but then she
Yeah.
just talks about like something that just seems kind of like more something
Alright.
that people care about lore wise.
Pocket Coom is back. What I miss?
You left? I didn't even realize.
Well, no, I didn't leave. I was just talking to my girlfriend at the moment.
I do. He got
Okay,
really
did you
quiet.
know that Gravemind's a male or a female?
Wait, I'm
Yeah,
sorry. What? Yo, wait, what?
She was confused by this.
Yo, I'm kind of upset. It's neither. Like, literally, the Gravemind is the precursors, for fuck's sake. It doesn't have a gender.
Actually,
Just
let's
'cause-
see.
different
Just
bodies.
because it's
Has
voiced
no
by.
clear gender at this point.
Well, I'm going to ask you this, Pocket Coom. Does the gender actually matter to the story of Halo?
No, it's not. It doesn't matter. It's just the characters, the character and the personality and what they are. That's all that matters. Why is she so interested about its gender? Besides, it's got tentacles. Let's just assume it's a guy.
Exactly. It also has a man's voice. This is a funny point, though.
By a guy, but the voice gets high-pitched at times.
Those who built this place knew what they wrought. Do not mistake their intent.
And some people interpret
Does that sound
I don't know,
high pitched to you?
That sounds pretty
Mr.
fucking
Deep
deep to
Voice?
me.
Exactly.
No, it's just probably in her head. It probably sounded like this. Those who built this place knew what they write. Do not mistake their intention. That's
I will
probably
get you, my pretties.
Oh, man.
Exactly. like I listen to this. I wouldn't say this man's voice is high pitched.
Yeah. What else did you miss? You know what time stamp you missed?
No, that's fine.
No, it
This
doesn't
is
matter.
basically just what he missed. Keep going.
This is meaning that the Gravemind is both male and female. This turned out to be inaccurate. The Gravemind is male and a rape monster like the xenomorph the Flood is
I'm
ripped off.
sorry, what?
But it's unclear at this
A
point.
rape
Did you
monster.
just say it's a rape monster?
Yeah, because it has tentacles, man. Anything with tentacles is a rapist.
Yeah, octopuses.
Pretty-
They're just rapists.
Pretty fucking sure the Gravemind, the Flood, just wants to eat shit and make it part of itself. It doesn't want to rape you. It doesn't even know what rape is or cares. I mean, sure, it probably does know because, you know, the more people that
Oh,
observe it,
I imagine the
mind.
Gravemind's been on the
But-
internet. He probably knows all about this stuff.
But like,
Yeah,
why?
Accesses projects Spark's Wi-Fi connection and goes, oh yes, yes.
The thing is, though, the Gravemind here isn't even doing anything wrong. He just happens to have tentacles, and he's just holding them because they would fall and die if he didn't. He's actually being a good man here.
Yeah, I would
technically.
attest that. I know the Chalupa King could go based off of this, but lovebirds, they have no tentacles. Those things are little rapists.
Yeah, they are. I think she's making some inappropriate stereotypes, Matt.
Yeah, this is very prejudiced.
Point.
But,
It's interesting.
So, you know-
Gravemind says that
I was about to say something. This is something that women are really good at. It's false rape claims.
False
She's just,
rape
she's
claims.
just claiming that the Flood is a rapist just because it looks like one. I mean, isn't that just, you know, like looking at our accusation by? No, it's just discrimination because it's accusation by looks.
Profiling. Yeah, we're like profile.
I could see the Gravemind testifying in court. He's like, I didn't want to rape them. I only wanted to eat them.
Sir, it's a civil. Yeah, you're charged with rape, not murder. So you gotta fix that real quick.
Yeah, but they don't know what prison to put him in because his voice is so high pitched. They can't tell if he's man or woman. Yeah, there's a lot of logistical issues with prosecuting the Gravemind.
I sentence thee to rape jail.
What pronoun do you use, Gravemind?
We. This is challenging.
Uh,
Oh my God.
Anyway, let's keep going with this rape monster.
This rape monster.
because of the threat of Halo, the three of them need to ally to stop Truth, and he convinces the Arbiter with the help of a partially absorbed Regret and Spark's cousin 2401 Penitent Tangent. He teleports them away. The Covenant tensions lead to outright civil war.
I got a quick question. How can the Gravemind teleport again?
I guess it's because he has access to foreigner technology. That's my
Yeah, I
only
think it's
guess.
just because he's such a big, he's like part of that planet, you know? So I think he's like bonded with like the Forerunners and stuff.
So he's
So he
kind of
has,
like
like,
almost,
those
even though he
powers.
looks very like organic, he's more
I think
like a
he-
cyborg almost.
He's basically absorbing like any form of like sentient life.
Intelligence, yeah. So
Yeah.
basically, when a Gravemind is formed from the Flood spores, you know, like it's basically a huge collection of intelligence, and it keeps growing to like infinite levels.
So I
really.
imagine he absorbs some like technology from the Forerunners, and that's the reason why he can, because you know he's like absorbing like guilty spark there.
Or at least, you know, knowledge of how to use or how to create some form of teleportation.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's the reason why, because he's like a combination of like just knowledge and probably he has a little bit of technology absorbed into him.
As the elites and brutes fight against each other. Chief and Cortana arrive in the Prophet's throne room. The Prophets run and hide while the Master Chief fights
Whoa,
Covenant.
whoa, whoa! What the hell was
Cortana
that?
enters the network. And in ambush
Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Okay, there we go.
each other. Chief and Cortana arrive in the Prophet's throne room. The Prophets run and hide while
That's-
the Chief
Oh
fight.
yeah, that's just because they're blocking him with the spears.
Okay, it just looked so weird on my screen. I was like, what is that?
Covenant on their home turf, and Cortana enters the network. Then an Amberclad comes in and crashes into a tower, and it delivers a bunch of flood with it, meaning that the Gravemind lied.
Shocker.
I think that's Scout's honor, and your fingers...
Wait, not important. Moving on.
Truth turns
Yo, did she just like slap away a black man's hand? That's racist.
Yeah, it is racist.
Disrespectful.
Disrespectful.
Yeah. So Gravemind line. Yeah, that was basically just another minute of plot synopsis after the whole rape accusation.
Yeah, the rape accusation of
rape
the Gravemind.
Seriously, we need to get Gravemind some help. We need to get him some. He needs to lawyer up a little bit. Yeah.
Exactly.
we gotta get some of the guys that got OJ out of OJ.
The Gravemind shouldn't stand for this
uh,
bullshit.
No, he
Basically what
shouldn't.
we're saying.
I like the face of is that Truth right there? I believe. Yeah, it's Truth.
Yeah, it's truth at this point.
Wait, if I'm not mistaken, didn't we like see a YouTube ad video at first for this?
Yeah.
Yeah, so somehow she's monetizing this video with 2,000 views. What?
I mean, you can. I remember one of my older channels. I try to do that.
We're probably giving her an extra penny today, Pocket Coon.
I mean, hey man, yeah.
All right, let's keep going then.
She needs to do that when she sues a Gravemind for rape accusations.
Exactly. She needs the money.
Yeah, save up. Right. Yeah.
on Mercy and allows the flood to kill him. Truth then heads for a Forerunner key ship.
Where's he going?
To finish what was started. And this time, none of it.
This is some weird porn.
And Cortana sends the Chief to stop him.
Yeah, it's some definitely. That's more sexualizing men, right?
Yeah, I was surprised you didn't say anything about that. I mean, she could have used that point as like, well, here's a good example of how the Gravemind is a rape monster. Look at him rape the prophets.
Instead of just having tentacles, I think that's just mean, you know.
Oh man.
While she remains in the system.
That brute has the index. And Miranda and Johnson. He can activate the ring.
If he does, I'll detonate in Amberclad's reactor just like we did the Autumn's. The blast will destroy this city and the ring. Not a very original plan, but we know it'll work. No, I don't want to chance a remote detonation. I need to stay here.
I get a sense of the noble hero staying behind here, as well as the romance element. It's actually quite sweet. So the Chief leaves on the key ship.
So she likes that about it. So she's not fully critical, but apparently she likes the whole idea of, oh, she's strong and she stays behind and all that. She's a strong female character. I think it's just, you know, I like it from more of a writing standpoint of her character more so than I care about her being strong.
Yeah, exactly. That's not really the point why it's good. It's just something you would expect her to do.
Yeah, this is kind of more like a subjective, thematic kind of standpoint.
Yeah.
You know, guys, if it makes you feel any better, my girlfriend will be one of the first people to watch this video.
Man, where did the Mirando go? Oh, there he is. There he is. I haven't heard him in like a million years.
I'm still alive. Listening in. I just haven't had anything to say in the last little bit.
Okay.
Morano just like blanked.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep going.
Good luck.
Run through truth.
Don't make a girl a problem.
If you know you can't keep it.
Meanwhile, the Arbiter fights Bruce with his late friend, Urtaz. When he hears that
It's Artas Vadam.
Is that
What?
just Shipmaster?
That's a shipmaster, but it's
Yeah, why did you
Artas.
say Shipmaster?
How did you not know how to pronounce the guy's name? If you're not gonna say it right, don't say it at all.
I guess she's trying to be funny though, because I know in the beginning of the video she wasn't really trying to be all that humorous, except for yay after.
Dawn, if that's for the quality or level of humor, I don't want to hear any of her jokes. They're probably all shit.
control room nearby,
Yeah, right.
tries to stop him. His battle leads him to a truce with Johnson, who helps him into the control room. We then see Tartarus trying to get Miranda to insert the index into the core, which
I thought she was going to say insert it into her vagina.
Just say yeet.
Yeet. No, Tartarus, though, he definitely looks like a rapist. I don't know that.
What do you mean? He's such a nice guy, though.
I don't know. I think the index looks more like a rape tool than the tentacles. Just saying.
Man, that's really fucked up, homie.
sounds like an innuendo but isn't.
Wait, sounds like an innuendo. I'm going to back that up a little.
Johnson, who helps him into the control room. We then see Tartarus trying to get Miranda to insert the index into the core, which sounds like an innuendo but isn't. Spark advises him to be gentle because
So it's not an innuendo. What do you guys have to say about that? And how would you define innuendo?
Wait. What's an innuendo?
Well, let's look up the definition.
No, what is she saying is the innuendo?
She was saying that scene about how Tartarus was trying to get Miranda, stick it into the core. This phallic-shaped looking.
Wait. She's talking about how Tartarus is trying to get her to stick the key into the hole, whatever. Yeah, because only humans can do that.
Yes, the humans
are the delegated chosen for the Forerunners as the mantle responsibility, so only they have access to Forerunner technology, or at least full use of it. That's the reason why, like in Halo Wars 1, when one of the prophets tried to get the command shifts from the Forerunners, he needed the scientist, what was his name? Anders. He needed Anders to like help him do it because he couldn't unlock it by himself. He needed a human. The same thing for this.
Yeah, she thought it was an innuendo being sexual. And sure, if it is sexual, like, why does that even matter?
I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie, the key does look like a penis, but I'm pretty sure that's just the developer fucking around and making a funny joke out of it. It's like, look at this penis thing.
So I would say it probably is an innuendo, but it's not bad writing. If she's hinting at that.
But anyway.
Reclaimer is needed to activate Halo. Tartarus then threatens them both. And I'm not the only one to hear that as a rape threat.
Okay, let's hear the rape threat.
What? And I'll rip your eye from its socket. Which is nothing compared to what I'll do to you.
He's a big...
I think that's just murder, not rape.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think rape is the thought to mind when someone says, I'm going to rip your fucking eyes out. Or, I'm going to do worse than that. I'm going to rip your whole body in half. Like, what?
What female porn she watches.
Yeah, she's into that weird kinky shit.
What's so bad about that?
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm just being very toxic and masculine today.
Dude, she's just trying to get a nice workout in, my guy. That's all.
Maybe she's just trying to find a white knight in the comment section and date. Who knows?
Damn, homie.
The look routine is like intriguing, but highly disturbing.
As you go in the video.
Burly gorilla man thing.
Many gone wrong thing.
And she's a helpless human woman. A while ago, English scientists were under the misconception.
I think brutes are like gorillas.
That gorilla thing has a race name. It's called Jerohanai. All right, not gorilla thing. that just being speciest. You bitch. On top of that, I'm pretty sure they were meant to look like that for intimidation and a new enemy. Because people were already used to the fucking elites from Halo 1, so bringing in something stronger than elites, not as smart, but definitely stronger, more intimidating. Boom, you get the brutes.
I don't know about that. Because the hunters, bro, they were pretty fucking scary.
Bro, those things die with like 2 shots from a magnum. They ain't shit. Do you remember the brute tackle in Halo 2? That kills you every time.
I want to talk about it.
Especially on Legendary. Oh man, one slap and you dead.
Yeah, Mirando's going for some real PTSD right here.
Yeah, totally.
Is Chalupa King all right? Haven't heard him.
Jimmy Johns.
Oh, let me just check. Yeah, he's in.
No, I think he's like using the bathroom or something.
Probably.
Yeah, he found out Drew's girlfriend was gonna be watching this, so he wanted some of that pocket coom for when she watches it.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yes, we can. Chalupa King.
Oh, okay, good. Could you hear me the whole time, or was I dead?
You were dead.
You were dead for the past like 3 minutes of us watching the Feminist analysis.
Yeah, he was just.
Okay, I'm sorry. I felt like I had a lot of great stuff to say, but
Yeah, no. Go on. We want to hear your 2 cents.
Okay, well, I just find it weird that she just assumes because it's a big, intimidating monster that it has to be a rapist here.
Yeah, no, I wonder if he looks like football players and thinks they're rapists.
And King Kong isn't implied to be a rapist in that movie, you know?
No, he's just a gorilla that's being protective, which is like what gorillas.
Yeah,
exactly. He's like a gentle giant, you know. It's not implying that he was going to rape her. If she was scared of him, it was implying that he was going to kill her and rip her apart.
Yeah.
Also, I see this, this woman doing a lot of just like assumptions and judgings and calling outs without any basis to go off of.
Exactly.
She's probably the type of person that if someone looked at her or touched her, she'd be like, "Oh my God, I was raped," and then get them arrested.
Yeah, I found her substance to be quite strange about how Captain how Tartarus was gonna. She's implying that Tartarus was implying that he was gonna rape Commander Keyes, even though he basically said to the brute earlier that I'm gonna rip your arms off and like rip your eyes out of your sockets. And he says, but that's not even what's the worst thing that will come to you.
Also, like, Miranda and Tartarus are 2 different species. Like, what kind of attraction does Tartarus get all of a sudden from Miranda? For all we know, he probably looks at Miranda the way we look at, grunts. Fucking disgusting. Why would you stick your dick in that? You wouldn't. So why would you want to rape something that you don't even know? You wouldn't, because it's fucking disgusting.
I don't know, man. Grunts be looking
Yo, Miranda, you got some weird taste, man.
Homie, what do you mean? It's a bunch of grunts, bro. They be looking mad.
Basically, Mirando's saying he wants the birthday party.
He wants a bunch of grunts to do a birthday party on his face.
Shut the fuck up.
Hooray!
Such a motherfucker, you know that?
You brought that on yourself.
Let's keep going.
That gorillas love to rape human women, leading to the weird rape fantasy vibe.
Is this like some Finding Bigfoot kind of stuff?
Oh my God, I was not ready for that. Gorillas love to rape human women. What? I'm pretty sure the #1 animal in the kingdom that rapes humans is dolphins, not gorillas. Gorillas fucking kill you, not rape you.
But the difference is dolphins don't look like monsters. They look you, duh.
Oh my God.
Yeah, isn't dolphins the only animal that does sex for pleasure?
No, there's a few like chimpanzees and some monkeys. They also they actually use sex
monkeys,
as currency.
Each other because they're animals. They don't fucking know any better, But gorillas don't.
I'm sorry, Andre. I just need to make sure I heard that correctly.
No, I'm not joking. There was a study with some kind of what's the terminology to categorize a chimpanzee or like a gorilla or
primate?
Yeah, primate. So there's been studies where primates in a controlled environment have actually, because they were introduced a value of goods or something like that, they actually use sex as a currency system in order to get that stuff. And they do enjoy it. They do find pleasure in it.
Yeah, no, animals do find pleasure in sex, but gorillas don't want to rape human women. That's not a problem. Yeah, I didn't really have anything to add. It just made me laugh that she thinks gorillas want to rape human women.
I wish you said that too. Oh man, something else.
Oh,
He probably thinks that this is like in a real life like.
The thing isn't in this
model
movie. He isn't
depiction
even a
of polygamy.
rapist. He wants to be protective of her instead of like ripping her in half. You know? That's
Yeah, how
why
would
it's, like
how
kind
would
of like
Johnny
adorable.
have sex with something that's only like 5 feet tall compared to something that's like 28 or 30?
Well, you know,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
interesting thing, someone like made a comment, you know, in having the gorilla's penis in mind, saying, yeah, technically speaking, he could have sex with her, but her vagina would be like destroyed as a result.
Well, actually, the thing is, gorillas
you
have
would
really
tear that
small
ass up.
penises.
That is true. Yeah, they have 1-inch dicks.
Yeah, our dicks are bigger than gorillas because gorillas have so much, like, you know.
He'd probably have like a
testosterone
1-foot
and
dick,
bulk.
but
they have
you know.
small penises. But let's continue hearing about her her analysis.
Of King Kong. Western fiction involving gorillas tends to keep that rapist vibe despite it not making any sense with our modern.
Because there is no rapist vibe with these fucking gorillas.
Oh my god, this
The
chick
gorillas are implied to like want to rip people in half because that's what gorillas do. They don't want to rape us.
Guys, I just want to admire where I paused it. This looks like kind of like a montage of like a Miranda and like Tartarus like love story. Like,
Who knows? Maybe they're having intimate sex right
Yeah,
now.
but you never know. Tartarus Miranda might have consented to this.
who never knows? Yeah, she might be into big hurly guys.
Yeah. Well, let's hear the rest of this.
Vibe I get from Tartarus here. Fortunately, her knight sense with our modern understanding of gorillas. That's a vibe I get from Tartarus here. Fortunately, her knight in shining armor arrives.
I just find it funny that she says it doesn't make any sense. I'm like, I wonder why. Like,
exactly.
Maybe your point. Maybe there isn't like a point there to do, or your point isn't valid.
Yeah. No. Exactly.
To save the day. Seriously, look at him. That's a knight. Well, the Arbiter tells Tartarus.
Wait, that's a what? What you
That's
said?
a knight. Yeah,
I
knight.
mean, they all wear armor. I mean, that just makes sense.
I mean, he has honor.
Exactly.
I mean, I could say the female marine looks like a knight.
That pause video. Look at the Arbiter's eyes.
I don't know, Pocket Coom. He's giving that like rape look to us.
He's like, I'm gonna use the Covenant power to rape you.
His mouth kind of looks like a tentacle. So, yeah. You can try going back and help
Miranda. You know, like also like what does the Arbiter have like an interest with Miranda? You know, he's just like a big space alien. You know,
it's because he's got 4 penises on his face. That's why. Therefore, he's an automatic rapist.
Oh my god.
Was it Miranda?
No, just the thought of that is so fucked.
The Arbiter can have a pretty awesome orgy.
Like what the hell? Continue.
And admits to himself that the prophets lied about Halo. And then Johnson shows up to back him up. Spark states Halo's purpose, but Tartarus goes into denial, forces Miranda's hand to insert the index, which begs the question of why he didn't do that earlier, and prompts the last boss battle of the game. Miranda is quick to interrogate Spark as to how to stop it, and he suggests removing the index, but Johnson says to wait until Tartarus is dead.
So she first complained about why Tartarus didn't do that sooner with the key.
Yeah, but she earlier said it was sexual innuendo and it upset her. So now she's like, well, why didn't you do it sooner? What? Which is it, lady? What do you want?
Yeah, inserted in. I feel like that's been. I feel like I've seen that in movies where they first force someone to touch it or like touch like a button that'll lead to like mass destruction. I believe I've seen that before. Where like someone else,
because he kind of just puts it in anyway. It doesn't really make a difference, you know, what time he had her do it.
And this thing still goes off. I'm not sure how the timing would really factor in. Yeah, it wasn't like
I guess I can kind of see like why she doesn't do it like immediately, but maybe he didn't like think about it. But you know, it doesn't really have any consequence to the story. It still goes in. You still have to stop it.
Also, Tartarus was being talked to the Arbiter, and the Arbiter was trying to what's it called, to convince them like, hey, the Prophet's bad. Like, he lied to us. Like, we're just there for slaughter. Like, to a certain degree, Arbiter didn't completely hate Tartarus throughout the story. Like, he was probably a little bit salty that he probably had to listen to him, but he didn't entirely hate him.
No, like, they don't have like a hatred relationship with each other. They're just doing their job, basically.
Yeah, and Tartarus finds the Arbiter to be quite resourceful, so.
Yeah, exactly. But there really isn't a problem. He's literally talking to the Arbiter. He's trying to get her to stick it in, and then he just has it forced in, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe he didn't think of that immediately, but it's no consequence to the story because the thing still goes off and you still have to stop it.
Yeah.
Got a coom real quick.
Yeah,
I really am trying to coom real quick.
in his pocket.
I mean, this is a pretty sexy and heated video right now, you know? Yeah. They have gorillas raping people.
It's getting me supercharged. About to coom all over the screen. All right, let's keep going then.
The player kills him. Miranda does a pretty cool action stunt that is actually completely successful.
What?
I'm sorry.
Bro, check out how cool that was. She fucking like dove down while her head was about to be hit. It's exciting.
Hold on. Don, can you actually rewind that by like 20 seconds and just watch her run up to the index real quick?
Yo, the way she was running though, that was fucking weird.
Yo, I know. Just
actually
focus
completely
on
successful.
That was something else. Yo, look at the way she's looking at that. So much intent in her eyes.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, I know what the ladies like. This in my pussy.
Down there.
Oh man, this is not getting monetized.
No, this ain't. This is so far from fucking monetized. It's unreal.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, by this point, you know, we still need to upload our first video, so.
This is only one of many podcasts, my guy.
Exactly. Yeah, this has honestly been pretty fun, but I don't understand why she's super impressed by this. She just
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, hasn't she seen like what Master Chief does? Like in the beginning of the game, he literally blows up a whole fucking cruiser.
Dude, hold on, but no, just the thought.
That's just a normal thing.
Of her doing some badass acrobatics just to finish it off with like the most derpy little run. It's not all that badass.
Like, it's so weird, like how there's no jumping. It's like almost like she was just like never taking her feet off the ground.
Oh,
but I like it how she's like really praiseworthy of this scene, and you know the part where she's trying to get like the actual like marker, she's like critical of it. It doesn't really make any sense.
I know, right? It's like, oh, the part where she's trying to like, you know, get the key to stop all this bullshit. Nah, that's too much sexual innuendo. But when she did a few jumps, like, yo, she's my hero.
Yeah, exactly.
I fuck with that.
Sexual innuendo here. She's running to grab the dick, you know? That makes her a weak female character. What is she thinking?
Yeah, seriously, she's going in for sexual pleasure. Like,
yeah, exactly. Her sexual desires are overtaking her, and she's taking the dick.
Yeah.
That's why she has a blank expression on her face. She's only thinking about what she's gonna do with that.
Spark explains that the Halo's sudden deactivation has put the 5 other Halos into standby mode to be activated from the Ark. We then cut to the Chief on the key ship at Earth telling Lord Hood that he's going to finish the fight. And then the game ends, disappointing millions. After
what? She hates
some people didn't like that ending. I don't think it was bad.
Why do people
mean-
hate a cliffhanger? It wasn't even like a bad like ending. Like a lot, like it's not as if they didn't have a climax to the story.
Yeah, I mean, like it was just setting the element and the atmosphere for the next game. It makes sense. It's not the most enjoyable ending because in your head you're thinking to yourself, "Oh, okay, so I'm gonna play one more mission and then that'll be the end for this game."
So I
You know,
think
so it's
the
disappointing
reason
like
why-
that, but it sets it up for Halo 3, which is a perfect beginning. You fall from space and people think, oh shit, the Master Chief's dead, but no, he's actually alive and fine. He just pretended to be dead.
Yeah.
No, it's not the fact that he died. He set his armor to.
No,
armor
I know. People like thought at the moment, it's like, oh shit, he's dead.
Dude, you want to know how?
But gel layer took most of the
retarded that would
impact.
be, bruh, you know how retarded that would be? You buy a $60 new, like a brand new game, bruh, and the main character that's been building up since Combat Evolved just dies right there in the first 3 seconds.
So Halo 5 then? Because you basically play as a nobody for most of Halo 5, and then sometimes you get to play as Master Chief.
No, the game.
Dude, honestly, that was so. Halo 5 was trash. The campaign was garbage.
Yeah,
it
I didn't even play it.
But they have an actual point there. A lot of people were upset about that just because the last mission you play as the Arbiter and not the Chief. I think that's part of the reason why.
That's not bad writing though. That's more of like a subjective thing.
Yeah, no, but I do see what she's saying because people were disappointed by it, but I don't think it's actually bad.
It's not bad. It's not bad from a writing standpoint. I think it's
exactly.
I think it's silly because it does make sense. It kind of does, but like it's not like Master Chief arc doesn't conclude in the story. Basically, what happens is, he goes in there. He's gonna go save, acts as if that he's gonna go like save Cortana or something like that. But then it's like, no, you have to leave me behind and all that. And I thought that was like a kind of a good way, and it's a really good kickoff into Halo 3 too, how they let it up.
Yeah,
and then
no,
the
honestly,
Arbiter
it's
is this
not a
full
bad ending at
circle,
all.
like with him being replaced by this one guy and then him coming up. So I thought that was great. And Arbiter is like a great character. And I know she mentioned him, but she's kind of like underestimated.
Yeah, honestly, she really didn't talk much about him in her analysis. It's kind of weird.
She only talked about Miranda. Miranda this, Miranda that, Miranda, what the we don't care.
She's the main character of the story. Obviously, it's a feminist analysis, but she's doing like a plot synopsis of the entire game. But she does talk about the Chief several times. Arbiter's a big part of this story in Halo.
Well, she kind of forgot he exists. She just said he's like a knight in shining armor. So basically, the Arbiter is just a simp for Miranda.
He wants to use his 4 penises, consensually, of course.
Yeah, some oral baby.
Oh.
But yeah, no, because I think she just kind of glanced over his big betrayal against Tartarus.
Yeah, honestly, she didn't talk about him at all. He's basically the co-protagonist of the story. He's basically just like a co-protagonist to the story.
Yeah, no, it's a big deal, and he was a great addition to the story.
It was interesting, kind of see a different perspective there.
And it wasn't just like, oh, it subverted your expectations. That's because it's good. Like, no, his character arc actually made sense. He was a guy supposed to hunt down the Chief from the last game. He was like a general. And then he's like, okay, he failed. So we're going to degrade him to this rank where basically he's going to die. He's super depressed and super like melancholic about everything. But then, like, he gets.
I like how you know the meaning of the word melancholic, Matt, but you didn't know the meaning of innuendo.
Yeah, it's funny. Well, I know melancholic I knew because I was looking at Republic Commando, and that's how they describe kind of Sev.
Oh, okay, melancholic. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's all Miranda's got to say. Huh. That's his comment.
I would also
That's all I need to say.
Yeah, I would also argue that Halo 2 has the best story.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Halos. At least the mainline games, I would say.
Yeah.
For me personally, it's 3, but that's because that was my first Halo, so I got a little emotional attachment for it.
Yeah, nostalgia boner.
Miranda, you're a true gamer throughout the years. Which one was your favorite Halo story?
Out of all of them,
Halo 5.
if I really want to go for one, I want to say probably Halo 2. Like, if not Halo 2, then Halo 3 ODST.
Yeah, that was a good story as well.
Halo 3 OST definitely did have a good campaign and all that. I wish ODST was a little bit longer for a $60 game. But other than that, though, it's a great story.
Come on, our mom bought.
Yeah, honestly,
ODST,
you do
doesn't
have
matter.
a point there. It was a little bit short, but at the same time, I guess they were kind of hoping by you having to walk from each mission, like it doesn't immediately go right into the next mission. You kind of have to make your way to each one by also exploring the ruins of New Mombasa. I feel like that's what they were kind of hoping players would do to kind of fill in the gaps.
All right, let's keep going with that
But
video.
at the same time, like honestly, you could like run circles around New Mombasa within maybe 10 minutes.
I think that's I have to play ODST again. It's been a while. I haven't played it since when I was in high school, so it's been a while.
After the credits, we see the Gravemind approaching Cortana at a console.
Wait, hold on. Did she just announce it as the Gravemind? Don't you mean the rape monster?
Yeah, the rape monster.
Oh man, she doesn't even stick with her own narrative.
Yeah. Rape monster did nothing.
Yeah, that's true. We need a lawyer up, rape monster. Lawyer up.
Linger on. I will ask, and you will answer.
All right. Shoot.
Given the Gravemind's rape theme, his tentacles reaching out for
How did
Cortana.
have a rape theme? What the fuck?
Also, like, it's not like this motherfucker has arms. What else is he gonna do?
Yeah, exactly. He has tentacles because he's a tentacle monster.
Yeah.
Not because they're penises.
Yeah.
But you can continue.
This phallic look to them. Cortana's kind of a helpless victim. Her willingness to answer his questions makes it look like she's gone rampant and is a traitor, but that's just a tease and nothing comes of it. So
It makes it look like Cortana was a traitor.
Bruh, I'm pretty sure Cortana didn't give the Gravemind any form of information because that's the reason why in Halo 3, like, you know, it would save her. And she said, like, she was fighting the Gravemind this whole time. Like, no, she was just withholding information because she can't give it out. It's in her programming. Like, what? You know, like, what else is she gonna do? Like, she's stuck there. She can't do anything except be at that one terminal. She's not helpless. Well, I mean, she is, but, like, you know, she's not portrayed as weak.
He's kind of, like, displaying it as.
Oh, I think we were a little further than that. It's when the rape monster touched her.
Yeah, the rape
monster. Like, sure, like the tentacles were phallic shaped and all
yeah,
that.
but they're tentacles. That's what tentacles look like.
How else are you
It's
gonna
just
make
more like
them look?
him trying to, like, you know, go after her, not in a sexual way. Like, he's not gonna. I don't know how he's gonna rape an AI. Like, she's just
He's just gonna program her to have her legs raised, and then he's gonna, you know, put his tentacles to her virtual vagina. It just goes right through
knowledge
her.
of C++ to rape her.
I want to see what clip she used again. That as if she's gonna be gonna portray the UNSC.
the Gravemind's rape theme, his tentacles reaching out for Cortana, have this phallic look to them. Cortana's kind of a helpless victim. Her willingness to answer his questions makes it look like she's gone rampant and is a traitor, but that's just a tease and nothing comes of it. So that's Halo 2, disappointing millions. After the credits, we see the grave.
Will ask.
Can you call her rampant here?
What?
How would you define rampant? Like, I feel like rampant is like
AI rampancy. We already saw in Halo 4. Like, remember when she crashed that ship while going to that asteroid planet? She was like, "Can you believe what a total bitch she was at cards?" or whatever she said. You know, like, she lost her basic personality. But the thing is, like, Cortana is still relatively new. She just got off Reach. you know, she's
Yeah.
not going to be fucking rampant.
Apparently, there's a
happens, like,
sexism rampant definition.
rampant happens
Sexism, as
like
defined by the Merriam-Webster dictionary, is prejudice or discrimination based on sex. Historically, English language comic book field has been male dominated. This has led to rampant sexism and harassment of the female fans and creators of content. So I think she's complained that, oh yeah, she's gonna like, this is like hinting at her being raped, which I don't fucking see.
She's talking about her being rampant, man. I mean, the Dawn.
Yeah.
But I think it's implying that she's going insane and she's going rogue. I think that's what she actually meant there.
but like we know she's not. She's gonna be.
That's the thing. She doesn't give off like any like persona that she's going crazy. She seems completely normal.
And in control.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, shoot.
All right. Shoot.
Given the Gravemind's
She says, all right, shoot.
Like
Yeah,
she's
that
calm and
sounds completely
collective.
normal.
She seems like she's in control of the situation instead of the Gravemind, even though she's, you know, pinned against a corner here.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
it's exactly what I'm thinking too. Doesn't really, yeah, her point doesn't really make a lot of sense.
and how we've been preaching this entire during this entire video analysis. You know, regardless, does that even matter to the plot of the story? No.
No. Continue.
rape theme, his tentacles reaching out for Cortana, have this phallic look to them. Cortana's kind of a helpless victim. Her willingness to answer his questions makes it look like she's gone rampant and is a traitor, but that's just a tease and nothing comes of it. So that's Halo 2. It has some definite...
I like it how she says willingness to answer questions, and she just pulled out her hand as if she's like stopping the Gravemind coming forward.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't call that willingness. It wasn't like she just bent over.
Bent over and got tentacle fucked.
The way that scene is like portrayed, she's actually the one in like control there. That's what they're implying. And that maybe she's going to do something like that. But I don't really get the sense that she was going to betray anybody, you know? It doesn't seem like that's what they were trying to go for at all.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Improvements over Halo Combat Evolved. The female Marines make for a nice inclusive feeling. Cortana is sexier. Should the player shoot Marines as the chief?
Is she saying that she's sexier compared to the other Marines, or sexier?
No,
compared
sexier than Combat Evolved.
Yeah.
Well, obviously.
No, Combat
like 3
Evolved.
pixels. Now she's like 7. Like,
Combat Evolved, Cortana looked like a fucking Karen, so I'm glad that they changed her design.
Yeah, exactly. But there's no problem with
Dude, what do you mean? She's still looking very smexy.
Besides, I kind of want to smack that ass now. Smack it virtually, of course.
yeah, you have to, because as a human, you just go right through.
Yeah, I'll just go right through it.
exactly.
Gonna make my girlfriend
Like,
cosplay as
why?
Cortana.
Why?
No, you're gonna make her cosplay as a Stallful dude. We already.
Oh god. Give her a dildo as a penis. Alright. Just make it feel authentic.
You'll win the cosplay contest.
This line might play.
Hey, don't shoot his head. You're gonna hurt Cortana. And she's a hottie. She's blue, but she's a hottie.
So yeah, Cortana's sexier, but she's also more present as just a general character. And there's this...
Did you just call her a general character?
She's one of the main characters. What the fuck do you mean general character?
Yeah,
A general character would be like an NPC that doesn't do anything, like the Marines.
Is she saying that she's being generalized?
I don't know. I think you just said like a general character, like she's a nobody.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's weird because you could say like a generalization, like she's a stereotype, which I don't really see.
No, she really isn't.
Blue AI hotties? Nah.
Yeah, and it's just like a
She's
dude
more
commenting about how attractive a woman is. Like, what's wrong with that?
Yeah, he just likes somebody.
Apparently,
like-
all females are supposed to be ugly now in media. They can't
Yeah.
be attractive at all. Destroys the narrative.
It's sweet asexual romance developing between her and the chief, Miranda.
Asexual romance.
I don't think they have a romance.
They're not reproducing with each other.
They have, you know, a mutual relationship and understanding of one another that they, you know, they use each other to help, you know, one another do stuff, but it's definitely not like romance whatsoever.
Did she say asexual romance or asexual romance?
I think she said asexual, like they can't reproduce.
Okay.
I thought you meant like asexual romance between them. Like, no.
Yeah, no, I think she was actually correct. It's like asexual, like they have a bond together, but obviously one's a computer program and one's a guy.
I don't think it's a romance. I think it's just a mutual relationship.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
It's very platonic.
Platonic, yeah. I think that's
Platonic. Platonic, yeah.
Yeah, I said it.
All right. Keep going. That face, though.
Yeah, they have someone who has little to no sexual attraction. So, yeah. I mean, that guy, that one Marine definitely was sexually attracted, though.
Oh, yeah. No, he's like, I need to stick my dick in Cortana somehow.
Yeah, you'd be looking at Cortana like,
oh my god,
it's Mexi.
So that's supposed to be a blue hottie, huh? Interesting.
I mean, for 2004, man, people had low standards.
I guess.
It goes
like her like
right
blocky chin there. She has like a man chin.
Yo, look at that chin.
It'd be really funny if they gave her like a butt chin.
Bro, look at that nose. What is that?
Yeah, she has a very curved nose. I mean, it doesn't look too bad. Yeah, she has bangs.
Oh, this is the thumbnail.
Clickbait all the way.
We should just be like, we should have like an arrow pointing one way, and we would just like, is this what men value the most in women?
Oh man, that's
like to her like eyebrow or something.
The arrows are pointing everywhere. That means they value all parts of women equally.
Yes.
There's this sweet asexual romance developing between her and the chief. Miranda adds more of a female element to the cast, but she's also a disappointment. She's
a disappointment. Addition, I thought.
Wow. Yeah, she's a complete disappointment. I don't understand how. She played her role perfectly by bringing the hero from point A to point B. Like,
yeah, and she got the marker too.
Yeah, she was Strategist. Cortana, it was the like, you know, the informant also, like, you know, kind of like an AI encyclopedia, you know.
Now
Chief was the boots on the ground guy. Yeah, like I don't know how you call Miranda.
Miranda. I almost called her Miranda. Or Amanda. I don't know.
Yeah. Don't worry, Miranda. You're not a disappointment.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You guys are calling me Miranda, bruh? No, I'm not a disappointment like Miranda.
Yeah, he's Mirando. Come on.
Yeah.
The improvement.
Yeah, the commando version of Miranda. That's why he has the O at the end instead of the A.
Yeah, totally. That's exactly what it is.
But continue.
kind of an action hero, but she's not particularly competent. Half the time she...
She's not competent.
Did she just say that she's not competent?
She's the opposite.
Bro,
of competent.
she's a fucking commander in the UNSC. How is she not competent? What?
Yeah, she literally like commanded the forces to, you know, to defend Mombasa, to then also
chase High Charity through the portal to find the Halo.
Yeah. Delta Halo.
She misjudged the strength of like a tentacle, you know? She's an idiot now.
Find the fucking key to fire in the Halo and then disarm the entire Halo before everyone in the galaxy dies. But no, she's not competent.
Like her, like, you know, it wasn't like she didn't verify. Like the thing was obviously like tight enough to, you know, reach across. It just didn't last very long. I don't know why you would call her like incompetent. I think that's
it's not like she went into that area. She's like, oh look, the marker. And
for feminists, that's like for feminists, it's like really jerking Miranda Keys off on all the good points. It doesn't make sense why you would start talking about her bad points that she doesn't have.
Yeah,
her action scenes was good in the climax.
Yeah, exactly. She really liked how she ducked that one time.
Shut the fuck up.
She really liked that.
It was a real good help to us.
I don't know. Maybe she played a different version of Halo 2 because her copy was on
the Xbox 360. Yeah, right. Yeah, that one has like Miranda just being like an idiot, like, ooh, Master Chief, what's a gun?
Master Chief, did you know that I'm commander of the UNSC because I gave someone a blowjob under the table? That's the reason why I'm a commander.
And Tartarus is saying like, yeah, I'm related to Tom Cruise. You should sleep with me. Okay.
I don't know any better, so why not?
Brave Mind of the 360 version is just called the Rape Monster.
Yeah, it's the Rape Monster, and it's voiced by Reese Witherspoon.
No, see, like we should redefine Halo 2 and change the title to Halo 2: The Rape Monster, the Rape Gorilla, and the Brave Miranda Keys, and everyone would play it. Oh man.
Combat devolved.
Combat devolved. Oh man.
Well, let's hear the last.
Tricky situation and then has to be rescued by a male character. Or two. Technically, Miranda Keys saves the world, but as the player plays the Arbiter, it
saves
seems
the
like the Arbiter's efforts to take out Tartarus have more weight. Halo 2 does pass the Bechdel test in that.
Well, it does kind of have more weight because Tartarus is like a leader, and you have to kill him to get the key. Like,
yeah, but another thing too, Miranda's not the main character. It's about the Master Chief and the Arbiter.
James, that's just you being toxically masculine right now. It's obviously, any female character on the screen is the main character.
Well, apparently, like to her, that like the Arbiter is just like some white knight, really wants Miranda.
Yeah. And
I like that face though.
And she found the key first, correct?
Yeah. No, she did. Like, I'm really confused by this analysis. She's like really shitty on Miranda, for like no reason.
But then she's very complimentary about like some of the banter between like Cortana and all that.
Yeah.
And she totally called she didn't like it. Yeah, because she's not a Mary Sue, so it's bad writing. Like, I don't see that.
Well, I think she was actually praising the fact that she wasn't a Mary Sue. She was praising that fact. It wasn't her shitting on it.
I thought she was. No, she was. I remember she was praising the banter and all that.
Yeah, look at that face though.
Dude, that is the killer face right there.
I could have sworn with the whole Mary Sue thing that she's like, she's not a Mary Sue. I guess that was something I brought up as a question. I'm not gonna. Maybe I shouldn't be so precise.
Yeah, I think she actually said when I was listening to it, she was saying it was a good thing that she wasn't a Mary Sue.
Because I couldn't recall she described her as a damsel of distress and not a Mary Sue. And I was just thinking that's interesting.
Yeah, well, no, she was saying that she's not. She was saying that as a positive.
Really?
All right, let's hear her last.
I want to go back to that point, so
that's fine.
Cortana and Miranda discuss Halo and the Covenant and stuff. So Halo 2 is an improvement on Halo Combat Evolved, but it's really 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Oh, an ad? What? She got an ad on this?
I told you, man.
Yeah, I don't get it why what was so sexist about Halo 1? I guess there was less females.
Well, yeah, that's just because it's a video game and they just make one model, for character.
Bro, at Deadass, she gave
Also,
someone a
shooting
handy
games
for that
are more
ad.
appealing to guys than the girls. That's just called marketing. I don't think that's sexism. Like I don't.
That's just the thing. They had one place to make a model, and they made a guy model, so they're like, we'll just use that because that's probably what you're going to see more often.
Plus, it's like 2001, early game development. Are they really going to care about small details like that? Probably not. They just want to sell a game and see if it's successful.
Game. Yeah, especially since it's their first game.
Besides, one of the main characters was fucking female. Like, what more do you want?
It was more at the beginning, Matt.
Yeah.
It wasn't here. She was.
Yeah. She used the flip, I think. Yeah,
right.
On its own that the character is action-oriented, but allows herself to become a damsel in distress for male characters to save. No, that'll come later. So the Chief and Cortana stop the bomb. Their teamwork really shows Covenant through the station, and after seeing them take out the other stations, Cortana figures out that they board, plant a bomb, and leave. As the Chief goes to take care of the bomb, he helps Miranda when she gets pinned down on the way to her ship. When we see her, she's taking some shots at the Covenant. I think this on its own is a decent portrayal of a female fighter. She's capable enough to fight Covenant, but can get pinned down in the same way male fighters can. So she's not a Mary Sue. It's not an indication on its own that the character is action-oriented, but allows herself to become a damsel in distress for male characters to save. No, that'll come later. So the Chief and Cortana...
Yeah, I wonder if she thinks. I think what I was trying to say earlier. I wonder if she thinks what's worse, writing a damsel in distress or a Mary Sue.
She doesn't really make it clear, so I don't think.
Yeah, I guess that's a question I would, if I met her or something, that would be something I would ask.
Matthew's going to slide into the DMs with this girl.
I'm like, hello there. Going rampant. I see you made a nice video.
It was over 9 years ago. You want to hook up?
I want to see her the Halo 2 cutscene with where she fights with the two SMGs.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. And then after that, I think I'm going to head out. I got to do some studying.
Yeah, I probably will head out as well.
What about the Miranda?
What about me?
Okay.
He typed in Miranda by accident.
Sorry, that threw me off. Where's the traditional?
Oh, you're talking about like when she was shooting at the brutes, right?
Yeah, where she got them.
Oh no, not the brutes. When she was shooting at the Arbiter with the SMGs. Just type in Miranda Keys shoots Arbiter with the SMGs. Just go with the,
Arbiter cutscenes.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be in this.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that was so loud.
That was fucking horrible. It is still on the audio on.
You understand?
Soon the great journey shall begin.
Look at that ass. The big blue ass on him.
Oh, there it is.
Your father.
It's also good tension because we don't know if Miranda's going to survive. Almost said Miranda, but we don't know if she's going to survive. So that's good tension.
No, Miranda never
This is a
survives.
prequel where we know she's going to be in like the future.
Yeah, but what about Amanda, Matt?
That is a good question. We don't know about Amanda.
Never asked me for help either.
The index is secure.
Wait, this ain't the scene where like
Alpha active.
it's a machine gun.
You hear me, Marines? We got trouble.
Yeah, I don't know where she got those from.
Yeah, I can see where she was saying at that point.
They must have forgot to animate it. Yeah.
She just whipped it out from her pussy.
Yeah.
Stores everything she
At
needs
least
in
she
there.
pulls them out beforehand before she actually starts shooting, so it just confirms that she has them, you know? But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
it's
fair.
a little silly looking.
It is. So yeah, so going rampant. If you wanna, want to be on this podcast and do a debate, we're all open to that. This
In control of the budget.
Yeah. Yeah, well, this is I'm the Don. We got the Pocket Coon.
Yeah, so yeah, overall the analysis was pretty lackluster. It wasn't even an analysis, like the guy said, it's just a synopsis of like the entirety of Halo 2, just from a feminist perspective. So it was pretty garbage, but what can you do?
It is what it is.
But yeah, I'm Pocket Coon.
You're Pocket Coon. I'm at Weibo. That's
You're
the show.
Miranda, you jackass.
Yeah, this is jackass.
And I'm the Chalupa King.
Yep. And we're going to be signing off.